Does giving sacrificially for your family make you a simp? Let's find out. I'm Brian Bandis, and this is The Married Man.
It's time to put on your big boy pants.
All right, boys, let's get to business. This is The Married Man, where we talk about what matters most, and that is bringing our absolute best as a father and as a husband. Now, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Now, I didn't think it would happen this fast, but I knew it was coming, and I'll tell you why. I posted a short this last week, and this short was really just about becoming better as a man and like how we should want to grow and improve. And I got a comment, and the comment said, very succinctly, I might add, simp. And I read that comment and I thought, I think he's talking about me. It really hurt my feelings. No, I'm just kidding, it didn't. Here's why I knew that was coming, because on this channel, I talk about sacrificial love. I talk about selflessness. I talk about forms of love and caring for your family that require true strength, and it requires an uncommon strength, a type of strength that says me and what I want and my pleasure and my comfort is not the most important thing in the world. And that, just in general, among men and women, is not a particularly popular sentiment these days. So I knew before I even launched this channel, the main pushback I was gonna get was either gonna be A, it's too traditional, it's gonna piss people off who don't like some of the more traditional views on marriage and family, or B, guys who would come in and call me a simp. I knew it was coming because I'm actually giving things of myself and sacrificing for the sake of my family. So I knew that was coming, and the truth is, I understand where this sort of ideology, I guess I can put it loosely under sort of like the red pill ideology. Like, I understand where that's coming from. I do. I understand why it exists and why it has some momentum. I look around and we're in a culture right now where there are loud voices and loud messaging that has basically vilified men and vilified masculinity. And so I understand, especially for young men who are still trying to find their footing and trying to find their way in the world, that to constantly get this messaging that like you're bad because you're a guy, and you're especially bad because you're a guy who maybe wants to exhibit like traditional masculine traits, that's bad. And so I definitely understand the backlash against that. That is tiring. And yet then we have this overcorrection that goes too far the other way and basically says, screw you, I don't need you, I'm a man, I don't need women, men are better. These really extreme views, women are worthless or whatever. And that is an overcorrection. And frankly, if your goal is to have, build, and create and maintain like a really rich, beautiful family life, that viewpoint in the most extreme is going to be pretty detrimental to that. So I say that to say, I understand why this guy, and I'm guessing he's probably younger than me, but maybe not. I understand why this guy and people like him would feel that way, because God forbid I actually have to give of myself for the sake of my family. It must only be because I'm too weak to stand up for myself, because I would never choose to put others before me, right? The only problem with this overcorrection in this sort of red pill direction is that it's just as wrong as the other side. It's just another variation of weakness that says, I don't have the strength to put others before me. I don't have the strength to hear these messages, stand my ground and not overreact. I hear the same messaging and I'm able to basically stand strong in the storm, right? The wind and the rain is hitting me and I'm standing, I'm going, that just isn't true. And it's not going to shake my foundation of what I know to be true. But the overreaction of the red pill side that would say that being sacrificial makes you a simp, that's just another form of weakness that doesn't have the strength to stand up but not react to those lies and to that messaging. It's an overreaction that doesn't have the strength to be sacrificial, because I don't have the fortitude, I don't have enough in my reservoir of strength to give for other people. I just have to hunker down and look out for number one. That is just another version of weakness. And what's tempting about this is that it masquerades as strength. It's a lot of bravado, a lot of beating my chest, I'm the man. And so it looks strong, it's deceptive, but it's not. It doesn't take strength to be selfish and self-obsessed. It doesn't take any sort of inner strength to put yourself before everyone else. And my contention on this channel, on The Married Man, is that true strength is found in humility, in selflessness, not selfishness, and in sacrifice and being willing to give of ourselves for the good of those that we care for and those that we love and those we have committed ourselves to. And what's funny is, in our culture, you don't really see that kind of backlash when it comes to other forms of sacrifice, right? Nobody's looking at, let's say, US soldiers and going, you're such a simp for America. Like, that's ridiculous, right? No, we admire the sacrifice and appreciate and respect it. And yet, somehow, when I do things and go out of my way to give for my family or for my wife, there is this belief out there that if I go out of my way, if I sacrifice in some way, if I compromise in some way, it must be because I'm weak, right? And it must be because I am, whipped, right? It can't be because I'm actually choosing to do these things because I believe they are what's best for a marriage relationship that's important to me. And that's what I mean when I talk about strength, when I talk about having the wherewithal and the fortitude to give and know that it doesn't detract from me, to give and know that I will have what I need. There will be enough. I will be okay. I have enough within myself. I have enough in this reservoir that I can give of myself and sacrifice and still be all right. That is the kind of strength that you and me can bring to our families. And it doesn't make me a simp. It doesn't make you a simp. It makes you actually truly strong, truly emotionally mature. The ultimate strength is to give sacrificially. In fact, and I don't quote the Bible on here all the time, but a famous verse says, no greater love has a man than to give his life for a friend. In other words, that is the pinnacle. That is the pinnacle. That's why we celebrate Veterans Day, because they made the ultimate sacrifice, right? So what I teach here and what I talk about and what I believe is that the ultimate form of strength is that sacrificial love, giving of yourself, giving and caring for others when it's uncomfortable, when it actually takes away and costs me something. That is true strength. Not pounding your chest and hooting and hollering and making sure everybody knows you're the man and taking time out of your busy schedule to comment on a stranger's video and tell him how much of a simp he is for caring about his family. If you want a fast track to a miserable marriage and sad, empty relationships and probably a miserable life, buy into the lie that giving of yourself and living in a sacrificial way makes you weak and makes you a simp. That's your fast track to a terrible marriage. By contrast, buy into the truth that the ultimate strength is sacrificial love. No greater love has a man than this, to give his life for a friend, or in this case, to give his life or give of himself for his wife. That is how we can step up and bring strength to our families. In fact, I'm going to do a video here shortly talking about being formidable, which is about that middle ground and being able to stand solid in that middle ground where I reject the lie that somehow I shouldn't be strong and shouldn't be masculine, and I also reject the lie that somehow putting others before me is weak and makes me a simp. Those are both lies. And there's some middle ground here where the truth lives. And that's what we're going to talk about on this channel. That's where we're going to exist, and we're going to build beautiful, powerful marriages. And we're going to live in a way that our sons and daughters see, and they hope to have that someday. If you're getting something out of these videos, all I ask is that you hit that little subscribe button if it's making you a better husband, a better man, a better father. Here at The Married Man, I post videos twice a week. So hit that subscribe to see those videos 2 times a week and be encouraged and challenged to be the kind of husband and the kind of father that I know that you want to be. See you in a couple days.